in a spool? How does that
3D print me, and then I come out the teleporter and go, why did somebody tell me my ass was so big? Sorry, I had to go there.
Thank you, President Scrooge.
Look,
we ain't found shit.
Look, watch our show and we'll talk about what's going on.
What's how do we find your show?
PishPosh.tv.
PishPosh.tv.
We will 3D print ourselves a website and media presence.
Yeah, can we do that service?
No, but we could 3D print some city council members.
I like that idea.
We got to dive deeper with this stuff. This is intriguing. Go. I had nothing. I'm just saying.
I can't.
I want to dive deeper.
You were like teeing up in the next segment. We're still in the second segment.
No, I'm not going to lie. I think 3D printing is the next personal computer. Like, it's going to be the thing. And it's going to destroy, like, Chinese trade because everybody's going to make crap.
Oh, Pier 1 is going to be screwed.
Oh, no, I totally see a
lot of people are going to be screwed.
Well, you guys were joking about how much you paid for one of these things. Like, is it like upwards of tens of thousands?
It's not ready to go in the home yet.
Upwards of like a couple.
It was okay. We got ours on
3D
sale for $2,000.
Under
my dad bought a Betamax for like $900. We're not that far off. I'm just saying.
Worst money ever.
Oh,
yeah.
If you want to get into 3D printers, one of the things I picture in the future is definitely that you have a 3D printer that's like the size of a washing machine in your basement.
Right.
You're pulling the PLA, which is the plastic, kind of like through the wall, almost like it's your gas or electric. And you're going downstairs like, shit, we need new,
so
chairs for tomorrow.
Pulling a.
You go to IKEA's website, you
how do you
download
put
the
plastic
blueprint.
through pipes? Oh, I guess it's all done in the little beads, right?
Can you guys 3D print
alloy.
Bob some like wooden clogs?
Some wooden clogs.
Can we?
I know he's all about his German heritage, but let's make him.
But you know
like,
what he
from
needs?
the Netherlands
We need
for
to
the time being?
3D print him a hat.
I'm not Dutch.
That's a good idea.
How about an ice scraper?
I don't want
An ice
any of
scraper.
that.
An ice scraper would work.
Literally
I
thought
don't
about
want
putting
it.
an
3D printed ice scraper.
I don't want it
for you, Bob.
I don't want to throw it out the window.
We could brand it IT and the D.
If
I don't
you
want
guys
any
had
of it.
told us that we were going to be on the show tonight instead of just getting us drunk and abusing us on the way here,
Hey, we gave you pizza. What do you want?
wow.
And speaking of which,
I'd like to hear that defense in court. Well, we gave her pizza.
Speaking of which, you know what? You guys are drinking probably the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's really gross.
Is that gluten free, by the way?
It's gluten-free sparkling mead.
But that's
like,
not
why?
why? But that's not why we're drinking.
Why does a Detroit liquor store have that in their shelves? That's what I
how
want
did
to know.
you even find that?
Did that 4-pack come with like a person address?
No, they 3D printed it.
3D printed it.
Well, I'm also drinking Absolute Mandarin and some Sprite.
Well, now you're talking.
And we have respect for you.
Yeah. Well, I noticed he's like holding the bottle like it's a baby.
No, I like I saw like a vodka thing going gluten free. It's like, oh, vodka's gluten free. Like, what the hell?
That's Tito's.
I know. It's like, stop pandering to the hipsters. Organic. Sell your crap.
No,
It does. It has a blue label on it.
Yeah. Now, Mike likes mead. It's basically
Bee nectar, what?
It's basically alcohol made out of honey.
Yeah, no,
He likes that. So this wasn't bought because it was gluten free or this, that, or the other thing. It was because he likes mead and he thinks it's the nastiest thing ever. So Mike has an anti-endorsement for Blue Dog sparkling mead. He is not a fan.
Who makes
They're
that?
off the collar.
Blue Dog.
And it's in a green can.
Coming up on a break.
This is the IT and the D show.
We'll be right back.
West Side.
Forget the glass, Woodhouse. Just give me the pitcher. For I am a sinner in the hands of an angry God. Bloody Mary, full of vodka, blessed are you among cocktails. Pray for me now, and at the hour of my death, which I hope is soon. Amen.
This is the IT in the D, only on rawradiox.com.
I love to hate you. I love to hate you. I love to hate you. I love to hate you.
And welcome back to the IT and the D show. This is segment 3 here, episode 26. We have no witty title. This is
No, it's Snowmageddon Part 2.
Snowmageddon Part 2. This is Bob the Sales Guy. Always here with Dave the Geek, Jeff the Voice of Reason. We
hey guys, hey, we're actually on the air here. We're trying to have a radio show, guys. Come on.
Very sorry.
She's giving us a finger now.
I apologize.
We're going to talk about.
Jeff, stop flirting.
Yeah, enjoy your pizza.
We're gonna.
Like a fat kid loves cake.
We're gonna come back segment 4 with the Slash Detroit guys because this 3D printing stuff is
PishPosh.
absolutely fascinating.
PishPosh, yeah,
but
because Inside Out is wiggity.
There's so much stupid people stories going on right now. We have to hit my favorite one that I've seen.
The big one is
in a long time.
Operation Smile.
Operation Smile. So I saw
the never-ending interview.
The interview. So this is a non.
It's like the never-ending story.
This is a nonprofit. This company has been doing this interviewing process for like 30 years. What they do is it's a nonprofit that helps kids with like cleft lips, right?
Right.
And
you see the commercials all the time.
Yeah. And, oh God, is that sad? But the fact of the matter is, these guys, they had like 4 or 5 openings for like entry level jobs for like 22, 23 grand a year. So they got like 500 applicants.
Right.
They narrowed it down to 20. To hire 5, and this is a 4-month process that culminated in the last day.
$22,500 job.
Yeah, 22 grand.
Yep.
And the last day was a 15-hour interview. All 5 of them were in this.
15-hour.
Why didn't you guys tell me there was somebody hiring?
Yeah. But wait, there's more.
There's more.
And then
so they had team interviews with literally everyone in the company. When 5 o'clock bell rang, they basically got a $350 like debit card, and they were told, go to the store, and here's an address that's a half an hour away. You're gonna go buy food. And here's everyone's allergies and picky stuff. Like, I don't like mushrooms. I don't like gluten-free. Like,
gluten-free cider.
The final stage of your interview is to basically prepare a meal for all of your future
for
coworkers.
40 of your future coworkers.
This is part of the interview process.
Is this from Michigan?
No, this is a national story that came out. Okay. At the executive director's house for a nonprofit for a $22,000 a year job.
Was this a Business Insider or CNN?
What the hell website? I put it on the
you put it on LinkedIn group.
So how many people took the 350 and didn't come back?
Oh my!
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to go out and buy 18-pack of PBR and see ya.
How are you not calling out for pizza and beer and booze and here you go?
But everyone's offended. But then there's like, wait a minute. There's people like with
what I want to know. What I want to know is this interview process has been going on for 30 years. 30 years under the radar. How does anyone? Why is this just now making news?
Well, and it just kills me because, I almost threw this out in the link.
Did somebody?
This isn't an interview; it's torture.
But did somebody actually was this secret? And somebody's like, "Hey, wait a minute, I'm crying foul."
Yeah, exactly, and shenanigans.
Yeah, exactly. Like somebody.
I thought you asking what's your favorite John Hughes movie was stupid. This takes stupid to a whole new level.
No, that was not stupid. By the way, that actually worked.
Stupid.
No, that actually worked.
I'm just gonna say if the assistant coach at Penn State can just be like, wow, somebody's having sex with kids in the shower and that not get out, then I can kind of see that this could sneak under the radar.
It's a non-profit for cleft lip kids. Right. I don't know what the hell you were talking about.
He's saying, how does this not get known?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, that's the type of thing. Like,
the Jerry Sandusky reset.
So, like, all these charities don't really help the actual charity. They're all going to the administrators. That's what it is.
There's famine in Tibet, man, and I see how that correlates to the amazing smile. I'm just kidding. I'm just mocking Ben.
No, but it kills me. I mean, the whole thing. Once upon a time, there was a company. It sounded like a great gig, and so I went for the interview. The interview went well, and they called me back for the second interview, and I'm like, okay, that's great. They're great.
I remember this. Yeah.
Then they called me back for the third interview, and I'm like, all right, they're being due diligent. They're like, they're being cautious, whatever.
Yep.
So when they called me for the fourth interview, I'm like, no. And the recruiter was like, well, what do you mean no? I'm like, no, I'm not going back for a fourth interview. It's not going to happen. And she said, well, it's the CTO and the president of the company. This is the last interview. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I go in. We were leaving on vacation. I postponed the vacation for the morning so I could go to this interview. And now
he's a Scientologist.
So you're right. So then I'm in the interview with the CTO and the president of this company.
Tom Cruise walks in.
And towards the end of it, the CTO looks at me and he's like, okay, you know what? This went really well. Thanks. He's like, we might want you to come back in one more time. And I just said no. And he was like, what do you mean, no? And I'm like, dude, no. I'm like, I've been here 4 times now. I have interviewed with anyone who will report to me, everyone I'm going to report to, people I will pass randomly in the hallway who will have no idea, and I'll go, sup. And they'll go, sup, because they don't know who I am either. And people I will never see again over the course of my entire career here. If you haven't figured out by now that you need me in this job, then either I haven't sold myself properly or you haven't told me something about this job and I don't want to be here. I gotta go. I'm leaving on vacation. I postponed it to come to this. I'm out. If that means it doesn't work out, I'm sorry. Seems like a cool gig, but I'm done. So I leave. Wife and I take off. We're down in Washington, D.C. the next day. The recruiter calls me, and she was like, what the hell did you say to CTO, Sam? I'm like, yeah, they don't want to hire me, do they? She was like, no, I have an offer letter in my hand for $20,000 more than they were offering. Can you get your email so I can send this to you and get this done?
Did you take that job? Do I remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And then you were like, yeah, ladyboy69 at yahoo.com.
right. Yeah. And you lasted like a year there, didn't you?
Yeah.
And how often did you say sup in the hallway?
Quite a bit. So,
To a lot of
but
people, he never
that's
knew.
the thing. Like, don't you think after they offer you this job, like you're 4 months through, you got this 50, you just cooked for everyone. They're like, hey, we'd like to offer you the job. And it's like middle finger, like eat my.
yeah, exactly.
No, like who even agrees to that? Like you're gonna
Eat my 3D printed.
So here's the worst part. So none of you guys know my life, or meaning the calls.
We
that
know your life.
The calls that I get that you never got because I'm a sales guy, and when I'm up and coming and like you don't have a rich history, you'll get calls from everyone. Aflac guy, multi-level marketing.
Right.
Yo, you're a sales guy.
That's,
You'd
how
be
you earn
perfect
your
for it.
stripes, right? Yeah.
I got a call from a guy and they said, come on in for an interview. So I'm like, it's a marketing company. I'm like,
You could smell it
all
a
right,
mile away.
Well, I just left the beer industry, so I'm like, I'm whoever was calling me, I'm like, it's
Yes.
like Susie will go on a date with me. I don't care
Right.
if she's fat, I'll go.
Right.
And
I can
He's got a great personality.
right, you have no idea how many MLM people like snuck me in, like, oh, we're gonna just have a quick meeting. So I go in the interview and I nail it. I feel great, right? And they're like, okay, you're gonna do like a work day, and we'll see if it fits. I'm like, I can do a work day, like that's not uncommon.
An audition, so
like
to
put
speak,
on your
right.
best suit. So I put on my wedding suit because I only had one suit.
So there I am in my powder blue tux.
And I get so then they go, you're gonna go with our team leader Jim. I don't know what his name was. I don't care. And we get in his car, and I'm like sitting in the car. I'm like, oh my god, it's like Deliverance. Like what are they gonna do to me? We drive to Royal Oak, park on Main Street. I'm like, we getting coffee? No, we were sub agents for AT&T, going door to door selling long distance. And I'm like,
You never knew that
This
before?
was pre cell phone. No, they didn't tell me. They're just like, we work with the biggest brands in the world. It was such a. I followed them since because it angered me so that
Right.
this is a thing. They changed their name. They'll be like Mars Advertise. Not
Change your
that's a
name to
real
serve
company.
you better. Yeah.
No, but they'll change their name because it's a Hoke operation.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm walking into I never forget, into Incognito. They're like, hey, you want to switch to AT&T? And I'm like, "Brr." And I didn't have a cell phone. It was like,
Right, yeah. Early 90s.
yeah, it was like 90, I think 3 or 4. And I'm like, get me. And I got there and they're like, oh yeah, we'd love to offer you I'm like, no. When they drop me off, like, this is the worst day of my life. So for then it's like the one time you get scorned by dating fat Susie, right? And then after that, everyone that would call me would like, are you fat? No, I'm not going out with you. Like
Poor fat Susan.
Oh, I know. But that's the thing with these type of companies is you get these 22-year-olds that are really eager to
Yep.
get out there, and they'll do this crap, and they get $22,000 a year jobs, and then they
Don't know any better.
No, but I mean, how many people do they churn through? I wonder for a That's us. It's like we would. I'm floored.
No, I know. I don't understand.
But wait, I did go on their website and they have a marketing contact or pressing contact, and I'm going to ask them for an interview on the show.
Get him call you live. Dave, get him on the line right now.
Yeah, right. Oh, they have a number.
Can we dial the number?
Yeah, we absolutely can.
We called Russ in Ethiopia.
Yeah, oops. I'd like to speak to someone about interviewing for a job there. What? So
so from the I don't get it department, and maybe this is just me because I'm not a car guy, but so the auto show is rapidly approaching downtown.
No, it's already
Not rapidly
today,
approaching. It's upon us.
Yeah, it's already press
It
days. I
showed
was,
up
I was
today.
sending out emails for Chrysler at 7:30 this morning. So.
Of course you were.
Yes.
I don't get it.
it's like the Woodward Dream Cruise. Look at that one. Look at that one.
Oh, I really
Look at that
don't
one.
get that.
But
Look at that
you don't
one.
get it because you're not a car
Look at that
guy.
one. Doesn't matter.
But is it?
How can you not be? I understand. I understand.
Yeah,
But the logo is so good.
Look at that one. Look at that one.
NAIAS.
Look at that one.
Nice.
Look at that one. Look at that one.
Yeah,
Well, they can't count
Look at
the
that one.
Detroit auto.
And the
show
ones that
anymore.
have the doors open, you can't get into because